Have you ever walked on water? Come on, be honest. Well, if you haven't, then don't worry because you're not alone. In fact, most people have never walked on water, but not this guy. This is Peter, and Peter can walk on water. But how did he do it? Well, that's what we're gonna find out today. So where do we even start with this story? Well, let's start at the very beginning.
Ho, ho, ho!
So once upon a time, Peter was walking along the shore of the Sea of Galilee when his friends told him to come see something hilarious. What was so funny? Well, they saw something floating in the water, and it was moving like a person. But it wasn't a person. It was a piece of wood or something like that.
Ho, ho, ho!
So they were all laughing at this piece of wood floating in the water until it got closer and closer, and they realized that it was actually a man. And that man was John the Baptist. And he was walking towards them on the water. Now this was really shocking to Peter and his friends because they had no idea how he was able to do that.
Ho, ho, ho!
It looked like he was walking on the top of the water, which should be impossible. But apparently it's not. So they were all staring at John the Baptist as he approached them, walking on the water, looking very mysterious. And when he got close enough, he said, "Hey, you guys, it's me."
Ho, ho, ho!
And Peter said, "Oh, how are you doing that?" And John the Baptist said, "I'm just walking on the water." And Peter said, "Yeah, but how?" And John the Baptist said, "Well, I've been practicing." Then John the Baptist said something else very shocking. He said, "One day you'll be able to do this too."
Ho, ho, ho!
And Peter said, "Really? How could I ever do that? I mean, I can barely swim." And John the Baptist said, "Well, if you have faith in God and you believe that He can help you, then you can do it too." And Peter said, "Okay, well, I guess I could try." So then John the Baptist walked back out onto the water and disappeared from sight.
Ho, ho, ho!
And Peter and his friends were left there staring out at the water, wondering how they could ever walk on water. Now, you may be thinking that this is where the story ends, but it doesn't. Because not long after this conversation, Peter decided to put John the Baptist's teachings to the test. So he got into his boat and started sailing out onto the middle of the Sea of Galilee.
Ho, ho, ho!
And as he was sailing, he saw a strong wind and big waves, and he started to get scared. And he thought to himself, "Oh no, maybe this is a bad idea." But then he remembered what John the Baptist had said about having faith in God. And he knew that he had to keep going.
Ho, ho, ho!
So he kept sailing until he was right in the middle of the sea. And then he got out of the boat and started walking on the water towards land. Now this was truly amazing to see. And I bet it was even more amazing to experience. But unfortunately, as Peter walked on the water, he started to sink.
Ho, ho, ho!
But thankfully, he called out to Jesus for help, and Jesus reached down and grabbed his hand and pulled him out of the water. And then Jesus said to him, "You of little faith, why did you doubt?" And Peter said, "Save me, Lord." And Jesus said, "If you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you can do amazing things." And Peter believed him, and he was amazed by what he had just experienced.
Ho, ho, ho!
So, how does this story end? Well, it's up to you to decide. The amazing thing about this story is that it shows us that if we have faith in God, then we can do anything. So, if you believe in God and you have faith in Him, then remember that you can do anything. Just like Peter, if you believe, then you can walk on water too.
Ho, ho, ho!
Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, then please hit the like button below. And also make sure to subscribe.
Ho, ho, ho!